Hello my friend, Amit here from Voice of the Entrepreneur, and I want to start this video by asking you a question. Are you digging holes or are you digging a well? Interesting question, right? Well, let me explain. Let's say you want to get to water that's 20-30 feet under the ground and you start digging a hole. Well, you get to 10 feet and see, I'm not getting to any water. This might be the wrong spot. You come out of the hole and you go to another one and you start digging again. Maybe this time you get to 5 feet, ask the same question, come out and start digging another one. This time you get to 3 feet, ask the same thing, come out and say, hey, I didn't find no water. Well, pretty soon when you look around, all you're gonna see is a landscape full of holes, but no real well. Well, this is a metaphor, but a metaphor that's really applicable to how we see our lives. And for many people, when they start digging that hole on something, when they start digging that hole to create a well, they give up when they don't see anything. So I want to share something with you in this video that I personally do, and I've seen other successful people do when times get hard. When you're out there digging a hole and you just can't hit water, what can you do to keep going on? So here's the thing. Number one thing that you need to do is visualize. I know I've shared this with you before in my other videos, but this visualization is a little different. I think, when people talk about visualization, it's about visualizing the goal, the end goal, when you cross the finish line and you get that award. But what about the struggle? What about the hard work that you need to do to get to that? I want you to visualize the hard work, the struggle. Ball players and athletes, they visualize them making that score, scoring that goal. They visualize themselves going over that struggle to create that point or to get that goal over and over again in their mind. And it's, to not underplay the visualization technique, but the struggle and visualizing the struggle is very key and very important. When you just think about the rewards, well, you haven't really thought about the real hard work that it's going to take to get to that reward. I think that's really important, and it's forgotten a lot of the time. So it's very important to visualize the struggle, and to love it, and to really embrace the struggle and feel what it feels like to get to where you really want to go. Number two thing is learn, and learn some more. Well, you got to go out there and research and really find things, learn about the things that you want to do. Learn about your craft. If you're trying to get good at something, then go out there and find as much information as you possibly can to get that information through your head and embody it, make it part of you as if it was coming from within you. It's not enough to read a blog or a podcast or something like that and then think that you know it enough. It's not enough. You have to go out there and master that skill. If it takes reading books, you got to go out there and read books. If it means you got to go to a mentor and learn from them, that's what you got to do. But you got to master that skill and keep learning every single day. Number three thing is action. Without action, all that knowledge, all that learning means nothing. It's just a repository that sits in the back of your head. But until you act on it, nothing really happens. So even if it means that you pick up that shovel and go out there and just dig every day, 1 foot every single day, you will get to that 30 feet eventually. But it's absolutely important to go out there and to dig that 1 foot every single day consistently, day after day after day. And that's when it amounts to something that you really can be proud of when you look back at it. So that's number three. Number four is to share and be open to feedback. If you're doing something great, or even if you're not and you think you are, you gotta be able to share it with people and say, hey, this is what I'm doing, and I want to get the kind of feedback that will help me grow. And the people that really care about you, and if you go to them and you approach them and you're open to the feedback and say, I really want to know what's happening here, they will tell you that. And then you can learn from the feedback. And once you build that community around you of people that are going to be invested enough to tell you what's going on, then you're going to grow. And the ones that will push you to keep going towards your goal and keep picking up that shovel and digging in the earth and getting closer to that well, to create that community. Be open to the feedback. Ask people to give you their feedback and just be open to receiving the good, the bad, the negative. But make sure you approach people that are always invested in your growth and would be and say things that will help you grow. That's number four. And the number five thing I think that's important is to never compare yourself to the next guy. if you're gonna look at the guy that's next to you and you look at his hole, for example, and you see that he's dug 20, 30 feet and he's hit the well, and you see yourself and you're only at 3 or 5 feet, then for sure you're going to feel that you haven't accomplished enough. But it is important to remember that that person is not better than you. It's just that they are ahead of you because they have put that consistent effort day after day to get there. And instead of comparing and feeling like you're not the same as them, take it as an inspiration and as a goal and as an inspiration to see that if you continued on the path, that you will also get to where they are. So these are the 5 things that I think are absolutely critical in getting to, continuing to do what you want to do when things get hard and when you look out and all you see is holes and no well. I mean, you want to get to that well and you want to dig down so that you can finally taste that sweet water. Our lives are enriched by our hard work and the results that we produce, but it is hard and the going gets tough. These are some of the things that you can do to keep yourself going out there. So my friend, like I always say, if you're passionate about something, if you love something, and you have the courage to pick up that shovel and start digging the earth, well, there will be times when you're gonna feel like throwing that shovel away and just giving up. But remember that when you keep digging, eventually you'll hit water. Until I see you again next time, have a great one, my friend.